Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
You can all hear me, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. So first, could you introduce yourself in 1 minute? Maybe from Alicia?
Hi, this is Alicia from KuCoin. I am senior partner of KuCoin, and I'm in charge of VIP relations, include high net value clients, and my team serve the VIPs over 20 countries. So yeah, it's me, Alicia.
Okay, thank you. And Tina? Tina, could you open your mic?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Tina from Gate.io, and I'm Vice President of Asia Pacific region, and it's very glad to be here today.
Thank you, Tina. And Edward.
Hey everyone, my name is Edward Lee. I am the VP of Product and Business Development at Poloniex. And really great to join and share what the Poloniex team has been doing through the panel.
Thank you. And Linux.
Hi everyone, my name is Lennox. I'm the Financial Market Director of OKEX. I'm one of the early founders on OKEX. Currently, I'm responsible for the global institutional developments across the board. Thank you.
Thank you. The next is Danish.
Hey everyone, my name is Danish. I'm CEO of the Bitcoin.com exchange. We're probably the youngest exchange on the panel. We've been around for the last 10 months, and we're growing very rapidly and excited to be here.
Okay, thank you. The last guest is Tom.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Albright. I'm the CEO of Bittrex Global, and I'm very excited to be here speaking with you all.
Thank you so much. So my first question is, currently there are various financial derivatives like contracts, futures, and IDEX and so on, available on crypto exchanges. Which product is the most promising and stands the best chance? So I think maybe from Alicia. Thank you.
Okay, so since the birth of Bitcoin in 2008, crypto has gone through 12 years. Over the past years, we are happy to see that crypto have been gradually accepted by public from being misunderstood, and now are even changing the rules of the game in the financial industry. So crypto trading has also developed from crypto to crypto trading, only to various derivatives, including futures, options, indexes. Among these derivatives, the trends of 2020 is doubly the futures trading. In the latest research on the crypto derivatives market released by Token Insight, the trading volume of the crypto derivatives market soared 314% in first quarter 2020, compared with the fourth quarter 2019, of which futures trading accounted for the largest proportion. The transaction volume is the first quarter has exceeded 2.1 trillion US dollars. The rise of futures has multiple reasons. First of all, for new investors, futures trading is simpler. Users do not need to study complex and difficult to understand white papers. And futures supports both long and short, while professional investors can also use futures to hedge risks or do speculation, allowing a more diversified investment strategy. In addition, Bitcoin futures are also the first crypto-related derivatives product accepted by traditional financial institutions. Like CME has also launched Bitcoin futures products. Although now the later has closed Bitcoin future trading. Therefore, I think that among these financial derivatives futures have the best chance to go to the mainstream world. And to contribute to the development of the crypto futures market, we have also announced rebranding of our future trading platform from COMEX to KuCoin Futures. So it will be also our core business in these coming years. So yeah, that is my answer.
Okay, thank you so much. There are a lot of information to us for process. Okay, and the next is Tina. Could you share with us your opinion?
Sure.
Thank you.
First, I must admit that I'm amazed at the fast growing pace and development of the cryptocurrency financial market in recent years. In the first 2 years, there were very few derivatives on the market. The investors were concentrated on the spot trading, and now futures are getting more and more popular, and the derivatives are becoming more abundant, as well as perpetual contracts, futures, and ETF leverage tokens. And the appearance of these products is a symbol of a booming market. In fact, among the many derivatives, I'm most optimistic about contracts. This product neither require customers to hold nor do they need to borrow money from the market. The investors can directly enter the market with the existing fund, which is very convenient, and the barriers of the entry is considered to be low. However, the data have been predicted that futures will gain more popularity and attention. Last year, the trading volumes of the future market was about 20% of the volume in the spot trading market. But this year, the total trading volume of the futures in the first quarters has reached more than 33% of the spot trading volume. So in the near future, it is expected that futures trading volume will continue to growing and even likely to exceed the spot trading volume. Of course, as the world's leading exchange, Gate.io has always given the users for more choices regarding the product development. And in the time ahead, we will bring more financial derivatives products to our customers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tina. And let's go to Edward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there were a lot of great comments. I think there's definitely has been trends, and where it started when crypto first started, and we had exchanges coming out starting from spot, and then margin trading, and then futures, index, and options came out. I think there was a trend, and currently futures has been gaining much of the spotlight, where futures trade like minimum like 3 times to 20 times the volume of some exchanges that compared to their spot exchange. In futures, there seems to be a playbook that exchanges provide when they're providing futures, and are now following to gain that traction from other exchanges and following the footsteps. So for instance, it started out with a relatively new concept of perpetual swaps with collateral in BTC, and then collateral started to be collected in stable coins and baskets of different currencies to better serve the users. And now we're seeing exchanges adding new contracts every single day for different assets continuously, while it was only Bitcoin and ETH and maybe the top 5, top 10 tokens in the past. I think it's a growth phase right now in futures, and the popularity or spotlight will go round, not only from futures, but to options and different types of financial instruments. So I think it will be shared, but eventually I think these trends will all kind of stagnate in the end, very similar to the traditional finance. And it would basically be a variety of financial instruments for traders to use according to their preference and risk appetite, whether it's speculation or whether it's for hedging. They'll basically use it for their own purpose, and they'll have several options. And also this spotlight and this trend is basically giving the opportunity for these products to evolve. We see the flaws, we see the improvements from those flaws and developments from different from Poloniex and other exchanges on this panel also, and I think that's what is going to be growing.
Okay, thank you so much. I also think we can get a lot of experience in traditional finance. So next is Lennox. Thank you. Lennox?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think yeah. As a matter of fact, OKX already has around 30% of the entire global derivatives volume across the board, and we do offer a lot of things: futures, all the Delta One product, swaps, futures, and also options, listed option precisely. So, but if you ask me, right, once in a previous several years, we spent a lot of effort in developing derivatives product, Delta One product, just because of we like to solve the volatility of spot trading, because most of the time, back in time, most of the exchange purely offer spot trading. I know that doesn't work. We need derivatives to trade off the risk. But right now, I think a little bit worried about the over leverage industry-wide problem, that there will be too many crypto exchanges that's offering 100 times leverage or even more, that might potentially will jeopardize the volatility of the underlying asset, for example, like Bitcoin. So you can see a March 12 incidents on crypto that actually triggered by a batch of custody liquidations due to certain exchanges, certain derivative exchanges, has really lot of leverage tradings, and luckily we got a backstop in terms of the market stop for a while. One of the major exchange stopped the market for a while. That's actually allow market maker to replenish the liquidity. So I would say even the fact that right now most of the exchange offer Delta One products, capital swap and futures precisely, but we do need more structural market, the rules and transparency, and across the market microstructure, so to make sure the market will behave robust and stable. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how do you like on this question, Danish? Could you say? Could you?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just echoing, all my colleagues, their thoughts as well. Like, there are features. There is going to be a state where it'll kind of get crowded at some point, and as I mentioned, like, there needs some robustness and some structural elements put in, just so we don't topple over by people, putting in. I think it was CoinFlex, one of my friends. They just started giving out 250x times leverage, which you're just like, okay, that's pretty high. So I think features are definitely an instrument that will play an instrumental part. Mainly because we think options are one of the products that will really also bring some of that retail volume in. That's something we're working towards. But I think from a Bitcoin.com perspective, we're very focused on giving users their first steps into cryptocurrency and trading and using it on on a daily basis, sort of thing. And so with our ethos, we prefer products that help limit the risk of our customers. Futures are great and leverage is great and all that, purpose are great and all that sort of stuff is great. We want to kind of help our users not to over leverage themselves and kind of risk everything all at the same time. So we've recently just launched leverage tokens. We have 3x leverage Ethereum tokens, 3x longs, 3x shorts, and 3x long BTC and 3x short BTC, kind of giving users a flavor of what it is to go long and short with a little bit of leverage, not too much risk, and they're just on the spot market. And so those are some of the instruments that we're using to educate new users, people who just trade spot, it's a halfway house to go into like proper, derivatives trading sort of thing. And so I think those assets, I think, are going to be fairly crucial in getting the new users in, the new guys that are coming in, whoever is now just looking into cryptocurrency, coming in from a traditional financial market or any other market sort of thing. And for them who've been around for a little bit, who want to dabble into derivatives, those products are the ones that are their first steps that we think. And, we're going to be coming out with other tokens as well, which allow you to capitalize on staking assets or capitalize on the top 25 or like a basket of currency and so on and so forth. So we think, yes, the derivative side is excellent, but we think from our ethos and from our brand perspective, we really care about educating new users, and for them, these sort of tokens we think are fairly key.
Thank you so much, Danish. And the next is Tom. Tom, are you here?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you. So I think the rest of the panel has really covered this fairly well and in quite a lot of depth. The thing that I'll cover that they haven't, that I think is really interesting here, is that all of these products have pretty clear analogs in the traditional financial world. So contracts, futures, indices, all those sorts of things exist in the traditional financial space. And there's a natural progression as crypto matures and moves a little bit closer to the traditional financial space, and the participants in both of those worlds start moving over. I think those will all be very important for widespread adoption. I think indices especially will be important for retail and mass adoption for people who, are used to investing in an S&P 500 index and then can move to a crypto-only index. It'll help drive mainstream adoption. But the thing that I'm really interested in here, and I'm very excited to see, is I think the crypto space, our industry as a whole, is so incredibly innovative and creative, and there are all kinds of amazing products that can be built as DeFi gets bigger, as new tokens are being built, as new platforms are being built, like Tron 4.0. The things that people are going to build over the next year or the next 2 years that move past what we can do in traditional finance and give people access to brand new products that have never been seen before. I think that's going to be really incredible, and that's going to shine a spotlight on our industry. So I'm very excited for that, more so than the existing products.
Yes, we are very excited. And as the time limited, I will ask the last question is, what the key role do you think exchanges play in building new use case for the digital financial ecosystem? Let's answer these questions, maybe one person in 1 minute. Sorry for the time limited. So first, maybe from Tom. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely. So I think exchanges are really uniquely positioned to offer access to new users to this ecosystem. We're used to custodying in a very safe and secure manner billions of dollars worth of assets. We're used to allowing customers to onboard and offboard. We can handle fiat and crypto. We know how to do KYC, so the difficult infrastructure has been put in place. For example, at Bittrex, we've custodied over $20 billion worth of assets and millions of customers, and I think over 1,000 different tokens. So all of that infrastructure is there, and it's very, very hard to build. It means new users can come into the industry and into different things, very confident that their funds are protected, their identities are protected, and that they can trust that we as a company will be behind them. And so it gives them a bridge to move into the industry and then to access these new use cases that are coming in through tokens and things like that. So, I think we're very uniquely positioned to provide that use case for users and to help people that are building those use cases get access to those users without having to rebuild the underlying infrastructure.
Okay, thank you, Tom. And Danish, how do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as Tom mentioned, we're very well placed to provide that use case. I think as the ecosystem grows, we have to embrace the new technology, new platforms that are coming around. So anything around the DeFi space, anything around stablecoins, decentralized storage, and so on and so forth. I think, we as centralized exchanges definitely need to embrace them and allow our users to be able to access these services. Yes, we do know we're different from the DEXs that you see because we're large custodians, we're security providers, we have fiat, we have security built in, whereas DEXs are pretty much, each person their own sort of thing. But at the same time, there's that whole DeFi space that gives people use of their own assets, and I think that is a halfway house that us as centralized exchanges kind of come in, build upon that, and create a bridge that allows users, our centralized users, to access all the services in a safe, secure way, where we can still go down the route of doing proper KYC, doing proper storage, but also allow them access to these centralized services. And I think that bridge is something that's very key for us and our industry to build and maintain.
Okay, thank you, Danish. So next is Linux. Linux.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn on anymore all the time. All right, so I think as a role of this centralized exchange, if you talk about an integration with the current blockchain-based or crypto-based use case, I think you can think of like centralized exchange is more like the hub of the ecosystem, the centralized place for the ecosystem that's gather user, buyer and seller, and liquidity, and all the professional player all around in one single place. So you can think of like this is a pool of resources, and then all the defined project or custodian, decentralized custodian, insurance or regulators or brokers or prime broker and prime brokerage, they all think that a centralized exchange could be a partner for you to get resources, to get users, to get volume, to get liquidity. Even if you just simply a defined protocol, if you're looking for stable price oracle, you can just benchmarking OKX price or the exchange price to get your price oracle because it's already been tested all over the world right now. And you happen to need a lot more users, just integrate with OKX wallet so you can get more users directly from OKX and liquidity as well. So I think the integration part has to be open-minded and has to be free and has to be really interesting, has to be innovative together, and they're gonna have a sense that we need to work with the industry together and provide synergy effect all together.
Okay, thank you, Linus. And guys, time limited. Let's short our answers, okay? So next one is Edward. Thank you.
Sure, I'll try to make it short. So I kind of want to portray on what Lennox kind of said. So initially, I think the exchange has, as a financial institution or service, it is also a financial platform. So it will have the basics, which is the custodial aspect of things, where you have the wallets, you have the different types of financial instruments where the users will be able to gain profits in different types of ways, which we covered in the first question. However, I think this is something very similar to a lot of patterns that we saw on like WeChat or Line or Kakao or even Venmo and PayPal, is that these platforms are becoming a gateway for not only just finance, but for everyday third-party services. So that basically a third party could basically access the users and have seamless flow of fiat. Very similarly, I think the blockchain technology and the exchange space together collaborating has a very big, I think, future together where for instance, Poloniex is currently started working with third parties to provide this technology or these users to other service sets that are accepting crypto. And we're trying to get more crypto and more blockchain technologies offered to our users and to our partners and basically be and connect the bridge. And as Justin mentioned in his earlier keynote, we are actually preparing one integration that is coming up this month with Wink.
Thank you. And Tina, how about you?
Okay. Thanks, Edward, to remind that your gateway to cryptocurrency is Gate.io. Okay, I think the roles of the exchanges in the ecology of digital financial field must be an innovator and experimenter. Leading exchange in the industry, along with the strong technology strength and profitable operation experience, can not only bring the premium assets to their investors, but also rearrange new digital assets portfolios according to the actual needs of the investors and the continued innovation of traditional finance. And all of this can be a huge impact on the entire cryptocurrency industry. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the last one is Alicia.
Okay, I'll make it short too.
Thank you.
So in 2018, spot trading occupies a dominant position. At that time, we also focused on spot trading through KuCoin 2.0 upgraded in early 2018. We achieved the leading performance of the trading system. And meanwhile, strive to improve the liquidity, matching efficiency, and system stability of the spot market. So in last year, the staking economy became popular and we launched PoolX to meet the user staking needs. The world's first liquidity trading market has also been launched by PoolX to mitigate the liquidity risk of staked assets. In 2020, in this year, many users are interested in future trading, and we introduced many new features to our futures platform. So recently, so everyone's talking about DeFi, right? So I think DeFi will be one of the most discussed topic. And early this month, we've also launched the betanet of Kratos. So Kratos is KuCoin's testnets, aiming to build an open and effective blockchain that more decentralized financial applications can boom and prosper. From the establishment of KuCoin, it has been closely following the development of the industry and playing the roles of the infrastructure builder of the crypto industry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. What an informative panel discussion. Thank you all for your insights. Thank you. And this experience and data are all great value to the blockchain industry as a whole. So here we would like to pay our tribute to all practitioners, those who tirelessly continue and drive blockchain industry forward. Thank you for all the speakers at our panel. Thank you.